last but not least, Huston or Hust, and just to say hi, is there in my top right, but give us a quick word so we can see you. And Huston, again, over to you. I'll see you in 10, 15 minutes.
Awesome. Hi, everyone. It's such an honor and a pleasure to actually be among these amazing artists. Like I feel like I feel like I'm not even supposed to be part of this thing, but I'm actually honored to be actually among these amazing artists. My name is Huston Wilson, known as Us, as my nickname. Well, you'll actually wonder why the pronunciation. So my full name is Huston, and the pronunciation of Hust actually came from my school teacher actually calling as James did now Huston. So it actually stuck, and a lot of my friends called me Hust, so I ended up just keeping the name Hust, and that has stuck with me for. I mean, till today. I've had other nicknames that I wouldn't mention. That was quite weird. But my journey started as being self-taught. I have been drawing since the age of 6 years old, and my whole love for typography and lettering started in 2013. So initially, I I just wanted to draw lettering and typography the moment I discovered it, and I did portrait, I actually did illustrations as well. Back then I did 3D. I didn't know that much about it. I actually did sand art as well. There is a video on YouTube. And for me, experimenting on these type of mediums has really helped me understand who I am as a person and where I need to go and what I need to do. And especially like understanding and my love for 3D lettering at this point and texture. I find that that's like kind of my daily bread. I feel like if I haven't done a design or actually did research or worked on something that I haven't seen, I find that just excuse my dogs as well in the background. So I actually find myself really wanting to explore, wanting to experiment with later forms and understanding the type of forms that we can actually get out of these letters. So my love has really been like that actually the difference from seeing my past work was as Julie also mentioned was like going through something in your life as well. I was also going through something and was where I felt like I could have given up on wanting to pursue a art in career. And for me, as time went on, I had to just constantly believe in myself and trust the process. So you'll see the difference from actually black and white, same as Julie, moving into work that's fully blown, colorful. I find myself feeling at peace and at one with actually doing the type of work I'm doing now. I don't feel like I need to impersonate anyone or actually go onto Pinterest. I find that me being a creator is actually creating and creating something that's inspiring, something that's loving, something that people can actually resonate with. And I find my work being that type of interaction with my audience as well. So lately I've been really being inspired by tattoo work. Me being a tattoo fanatic, I really been inspired by tattoo work such as sacred geometry and mandala work and really type of detail type of work that is really lately has been pushing into my work. I find myself connecting to my work more in a sense, especially since this year started, since this year, well, since November, last year, November, December, I found myself transitioning into a different space where I would have not seen myself. There's a lot of detail that I try to pay attention in my work, a lot of grain, a lot of line work. And I find that me expressing myself in that way feels feels like I'm doing what I need to do as a person on this earth, where I share my positivity and share that goodness that need to be shared into the world. And I find that saying yes to certain projects that I really wanted to do, and saying no to projects that I'm not gonna feel happy about at the end of the day. And that's something that has helped me throughout my self-taught career as a lettering artist and designer. I find that saying no to certain things that's not really gonna grow you, and saying yes to work that you find enjoyment in. And me being self-taught and finding that love for lettering and typography is that every year feels like another level of growth, and not in a sense for myself, but in a sense for growing the creative community. And that's why it's important to actually believe in yourself and have faith that what you see and what you encounter and the type of design that you would like to create into this world, that I don't think there's a limit to it. I think it's you expressing yourself as an artist, you expressing yourself as a person. And there's an album I've been listening to for 3 years now, since the album has been released by J. Cole, which is an album called Off Season. So there's this song called Let Go of My Hand. And one of the verses that actually stood out for me was, I want to be my biggest fan like I was when didn't nobody know my jams. And that I resonated so much with that type of verse, in the sense that I don't want to let go of that passion and that love for what I actually do since since 6 years old. I don't want to let go of that and be bombarded by what's around me in the world. And I want to be that biggest fan, and have that passion and that love for what I create, and constantly have that growth and see the growth within myself. So that was something I wanted to end off. I normally try and keep my slides short and get straight into the point, and that's something I wanted to leave with. Like be your biggest fan, enjoy what you do, like every design that you create, like have that. There's a certain feeling that you constantly get, that you know for a fact that you enjoy, that it's something that you haven't seen. It's something that other audiences are going to resonate with, other people are going to resonate with it. And I think that's it from my side. It's like, mainly enjoy yourself, don't put any limits on yourself, and have
Hey,
fun.
quick, a few comments then, same for me. I think everyone's stuck on your first slide. So maybe it was just me, but if you, whilst I ask you a question or two, maybe you could just rotate through the stop sharing, share again, and just click through. And I think you only have about 6 slides. It would be awesome to try and at least just make sure technically it's okay. And while you're doing that, I'll be thinking of a sort of a question. It's coming back in again, so hopefully there we go.
What's it?
I mean, this type's, exceptional and insane at the same time. The texture, the dimension, the choice of color is really interesting too. You said some really great things in there, and I'll make sure whilst we've got you for another few minutes, I'm struck also by your use of texture. Is that kind of part of your just personality, what you're seeing in the world, where you think things are going graphically? Talk to us a little bit about that.
So when it comes to texture, for me personally, I mainly rely on texture, because when I started off drawing, like pencil texture, drawing on paper, all that sort of graphite type of texture has really been interesting to me. And especially like drawing portraits. I just knew mainly like black and white and adding texture and blending out the shades of the pencil. So as time grew as I grew more into my work, I found that adding that type of texture and actually blending and shading like I'm actually doing a drawing into my work feels more like it's me, and I'm not actually trying to copy someone else's design. I'm actually putting my taste into it as well.